I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree.
All right, what's up, everyone? We're here in the Tropical Gangsters podcast, and we have a gangster guest here in the house, Mr. Coach Giani, Giancarlo Arraza. And I think this is gonna be a really cool episode, a lot of value to share. And we decided to bring Coach Giani because actually Coach Giani was one of the first guys that introduced us to the world of paid advertisement, internet marketing, and all of this stuff that we do. So we want to kind of like catch up also, right? Because we haven't catched up in a while, right?
Yes, it's been a while. It's been a while. The students have beat the coach. That's what I like.
Nice, man. Yeah, man. So we're here again, Mr. Fabian Cordova, Guille, David,
in the house,
and Soren, our video.
G.
So yeah, man, just let's catch up a little bit. So and also let's tell our audience a little bit about who you are and how you started. You have a very inspiring story, and I think it would be cool to share a little bit about that. How you literally started from the bottom.
Yeah. So basically, like most people, I hated my job. I hated my job, and I hated that I had to have three jobs to be able to pay the bills, and I started looking for things to make extra money. Started like extra money, and I started reading books about millionaires, like most people. Where do you start? Well, study millionaires, study billionaires, and I started studying them, and they talk about people making money in the internet. So I started like most people doing MLM, right? That's why you usually jump into MLM, and I joined like I don't know how many, 10, and you know what? Even though I failed in every single one, I don't regret it because what I learned was the most important thing for success, which is mindset. And MLMs, they teach you about mindset, and they teach you about selling. And I think to be successful in anything, you need to know how to sell, and you need to know the mindset that it takes, because you will fail more than you will win. Okay, whoever tells you that everything is pink and beautiful is lying. And that's how I started, and then I realized that at the end, if you want to be successful, you have to focus on something and become really good at it. And my first thing was CPA marketing, affiliate marketing, and that's basically where we made our first 7 figures, and from there, I started stacking into that skill set, right? Stacking with things related to the strategy. And today, we own a software that basically is kind of like CPA marketing. We have evolved to CPA affiliate marketing type. It's a combination of e-commerce and affiliate marketing, basically what we built. But again, it started as I was an affiliate. I started making some money, and then I start stacking into that skill set, become a mentor, become a coach, build the software, so start stacking into what's working. And that's, I think, what people miss, because they're just following money, and money doesn't come unless you become really good at something.
Yeah.
Right? And basically that's what's been for the past 6 years. I've been stacking into what I become kind of like an expert. And I don't really, people think that you have to be like the best. No, you have to have people in your team that are better than you. And that has been one of my top secrets. And I think with you were one of like our kind of like guys that you were sending traffic for us. Remember, Sebastian?
Yeah.
And again, you were really good at it, and that's been my secret is spotting people better than me, and basically, leverage from their skill set, right? So to find superstars, basically.
Yeah, so you don't actually I learned this from you, that you don't need to learn all the skills in the world. Like you might learn how to become a very good CEO. That's a skill. And then, if you want to buy ads, let's say on Google, or create the software, I'm sure the software you outsource all that stuff, right? And then you just surround yourself with all these people that allow you to build a lot faster.
Exactly, and that is the secret. You have to find. I believe to be successful in anything, you somehow have to enjoy what you're doing. Because how can you become the best at something if you hate what you're doing? It's impossible.
Yeah.
And that's what most people, like I said, they're looking for quick fixes. They're looking for quick money, and they never become really good at anything because they hate everything. They just like the idea of money, right? Yeah. Everything that I do, I only do the parts that I'm really good at it, which is I love sales, I love marketing, I like doing videos, motivating. That's my forte, and strategic thinking. I can think about the future really well and build something, but I'm not good at details. Yeah. So I have, for example, Rafael is very good at details. He's one of my partners. He's very good. He used to work for Apple, and he's a perfectionist. He's really good at details. So he focuses on that. Then I'm not analytical. I'm not a guy, I know, Sebastian, you're very analytical. You're very good with ads. I am not really good with ads. I understand the theory. I can do it, but I hate the analytical part. I hate it. It's not my forte. Even though we have done millions of dollars with media buying, I hate it. And you'll be like, how? Why? Because we have someone who is very analytical, which someone is very analytical. He's an engineer. He's very good with that, And then, I'm a programmer, but I'm very bad at programming, okay? Mm-hmm. I have people who are really good at programming in my team. And now we have built us for the past 2 years a software that I believe will be worth at least $100 million after I explained to you basically the path that I took, which is very different from where we started, and success is about evolving, always evolving and always thinking ahead, like someone in their basement is going to kick your butt. There's always someone that wants to kick your butt and take your business. Yeah. So you have to always think ahead.
Yeah. I have just one quick question. I know that you've been surrounded with a lot of people, but like what type of like little things, like little details, like intangible things makes you realize that person, for example, in this case, Sebastian, what are those little things that you realize that is like a rock star for you? That this guy, even though it might have like the skills, but what else do you look for to put someone in your team, to working for you and with you?
Well, the first thing I do is when I start seeing someone with that I think they have what it takes. Again, I cannot explain why I have that intuition. I think I have intuition. I don't know how to explain it or teach it. I have it. Okay, like the guy who discovered sing like Whitney Houston. What's his name? I don't know, but he's a billionaire. Okay, he has that intuition to find rock stars. I have, I think, a little bit, but what I do is with Sebastian, I saw his skill set, his hunger, and I put him on a test. Okay, create a course. Because if he can create a course, that means he's actually able to master, because automatically when you are teaching, you're forced to learn. Yeah. You see? So that's one of the things that I do. I put him on the spot. Okay, create a course right now. With whatever little that I want you to show me that you can actually teach.
I remember, man, that it was, I think the first thing you told me to do was the book. Remember, it was a PDF that had a blueprint on how to get started with affiliate marketing with ClickBank. I remember it was like a 15-page PDF, and when you asked me to create that, I literally like try to make it perfect so that I had like a good impression, because I knew if I could like impress you with that move later on, maybe I could, I could have other stuff.
And look at what happened with him. He said, okay, I'm gonna teach it. He taught a course. He started having little success, and then $300 a day, $1,000 a day, and I say, coach, I want to create my own brand. And that's another thing that you have to understand, that some people don't want to just become employees. Some people just want to become entrepreneurs, and it's okay, because your goal as an entrepreneur is to create and to inspire, motivate. You cannot lock people. In his case, he was ready to become his own brand because he was a superstar. He was not an employee type mentality, and I was like, go ahead, go make millions of dollars, and he did, but again, this is how I spot people. I create programs, and from my programs, I find the best talent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, team building.
Yeah. Yeah, and that really ties with something that I wanted to ask you, because, and you really touched kind of this subject. It's kind of mentoring, and, it's really important for those who are really just like starting out, Gianni. I wanted to ask you, like, how important is mentoring through the journey of, just getting into online marketing, and people that are just, of course, on it right now. They have some experience, but they're just kind of not in the happy journey, if you know what I'm talking about. They're just like spending money, not having any return. Like, how important is to have someone that inspires you and helps you to basically get to achieve your goals?
Well, I think it's everything. I mean, if I wouldn't have mentors, I would not be where I am right now. I think everybody has a mentor. Michael Jordan has a mentor. Tiger Woods has a mentor. All the professional top players in the world have a mentor. The best CEOs in the world have mentors. Everybody has a mentor. Whoever thinks they don't need a mentor, well, you know what? They're going to find out the hard way that they will fail. Everybody needs a mentor. And in fact, billionaires will teach you that in order to become a billionaire, you have to be a student every single day. I believe if you wanna succeed in something, pick one thing. I don't care what it is. Pick one thing and find someone that you relate with, that you wanna basically know everything about them. Watch all the videos, go to their events, do everything. And most important is relationship, because these mentors, actually, when you actually meet them, shake their hands, they're gonna open things that they're probably not gonna do it on a video. Okay? And go meet them, go buy them lunch, go whatever it takes. Work for them. Like Sebastian, he maybe didn't have money, but he had work ethic, he had hunger, and he didn't have to pay a dollar to work for someone that eventually opened them an opportunity to become a self-made millionaire. So the most important is, if you cannot afford it, work for them.
Yeah. Also, I think there's a lot of people that they do know that they need to get a mentor. But here is my question for you, because I know that people sometimes tell us, like, how do I know if the money is gonna be worth it, or a lot of like objections. But at the end, it's because they have fear to invest like on someone else to teach them. So when you first invest in your first mentor, what did you do, or how did you do to overcome that fear of investing money on someone else?
The way I think about it is I either going to make it or I'm going to die. Mm-hmm. That's the mentality that I go after every deal that I make. If I ever failed in anything, it wasn't because I couldn't make it work. It was simply because I quit.
Yeah, or you didn't try it.
Exactly. So I believe that as long as the strategy is not at the end of a strategy, right? Because there is beginning, there's middles, and there's ends of certain strategies. Like, for example, Amazon drop shipping. I think it's very hard to do it right now because Amazon will kick your butt, right? Will hold your account or whatever. But you have to make sure that when you're gonna learn something, that is not too late in the game, too difficult. Like, I like to be straight honest. Drop shipping for someone who is starting right now without budget and without merchants. They're gonna get crushed.
Yeah.
And it's the truth.
Yeah.
So make sure that the strategy is fresh. The strategy is fresh, and as soon as it's fresh or in the middle, go into like they kidnap your kids, and you have to come up with $100,000 to pay the ransom. That's how you have to go into any strategy to become successful. That's how I go into every strategy. So if I'm gonna hire someone, I know I'm gonna become successful.
Yeah. Yeah. That's you said really a lot of important things. The first important thing that I wanna kind of like touch base on is that you said you're always kind of like fast forwarding and seeing what's gonna be next, right? And that's something we've also been kind of like applying. Like we think every day, like how can we get ahead of everyone else right now and take massive imperfect action on that, even if we don't know exactly how to do it. And I think a lot of people are so focused on making money right now that they never really see the next big thing
for the long term.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like we always take action, like thinking on what we're gonna get on the next 6 months, or like 6 months from now, or at least 1 year from now. Like literally being 1 year ahead at minimum.
But at the same time, I also think like, okay, if someone is starting out right now and they see a webinar about e-commerce, drop shipping, right, and they know nothing else about marketing, and they buy a course, right, it's like also hard for them to be thinking like, what's the next big thing if I don't really know a lot, right? But I think it's about starting somewhere.
Yeah.
Because how are you gonna know about the next thing if you don't even know what's right now?
Yeah.
I didn't know the next thing when I started the internet. I learned to basically detect what could be the next thing based on experience. You need experience. You need to just start and learn the fundamentals, like Sebastian always says. You need to learn marketing. You need to learn good copy. You need to learn basically how to create a good page that actually persuades people. All those things are fundamentals that basically are going to be working for the next 55 years, as long as you have a good product and a good sales process, right? Because that's the most important thing. People think, the funnel, the magic funnel. There's no fucking magic funnel. There's no magic funnel. Okay, if you have a good product and you have a good sales process, boom. And that's basically it. And obviously finding untapped things, which is one of the things that we have found something super revolutionary for beginners, especially, that I found based on being curious, based on understanding marketing, understanding markets, understanding, I already paid the price, basically, right? I already paid the price.
And what questions? Because I know that you currently have a pretty nice offer, but I know that offer came up for some specific questions that you make to yourself. Like, what questions did you make to yourself before creating that offer? Like, what was the pain point that made you realize that you needed to create something different?
Based on the people that were in my environment, specifically for Product Giani, because Product Giani, for create. It was when it was the craze of drop shipping, people wanted to find winning products. So it was a lot of drop shipping people, right? So I think about, okay, what are the things that are stopping a grandma to make money in drop shipping? Because that's how I think. If I can make money to my grandma, I can make money to anyone, right?
Yeah.
And that's the way I want to think. And what I realized was that a lot of beginners right now were struggling with merchants. They were struggling with merchants, and they were struggling with expensive traffic. They could not get profitable because traffic gets more expensive, CPM gets more expensive. So those are the things. How can I solve those problems and make a grandma that wants to start the internet start seeing some results? That's how I craft my offers. I want to help the the most idiot person, basically.
Yeah.
I don't want to insult, right? But someone who is basically challenged,
Yeah.
and I know that it's very hard to multiply zeros. Don't ask me why I like this, but it's something that makes me wake up every day. It's a challenge that I like to challenge myself, right? I know, like, for example, Frank Kern doesn't like to multiply zeros. He likes people that are already making $1 million, right?
Yeah.
And because it's much easier to help someone that is already making millions, right? In my case, I love to multiply zeros, which means someone that has never made money online. So, and that's how I crafted that offer, is how can I create something that you don't need merchants, the traffic is cheap, and people have money to buy your shit. And that's what I kind of build the offer based on that. And with one push, create the upsells, downsells, and all the funnels in less than 5 seconds, basically.
That's awesome.
So question, like, so based on this information that you already mentioned here, where do you see the industry going in the next year or two?
Well, that's the industry. The way I see it is if it's harder to get merchants, right? If it's harder to get merchants, I believe the only people that can make money could be either you have some type of a brand, right? A brand, something that the people actually recognize, because there's a lot of, especially in the United States, it's becoming more difficult to sell because everybody's selling the same thing, and a lot of people got, I guess, ripped off, right? So it's more like brand and faster delivery, right? People are used to getting their products super fast now, especially with Amazon competition, right?
Yeah.
In my case, what I developed, because remember, my market are the beginners, right? The beginners. In my market, what I developed was cash on delivery on countries in the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia, like Dubai, that they have a lot of money. They love to buy, but that culture likes to pay you with cash. Okay, so basically I built a system, an infrastructure where we had deliveries, cars, motorcycles in those countries, that basically all you have to do as a member in my software is get a lead for someone that is interested on one of the products that we already have in our warehouses in Dubai. Okay, so if that order comes in, my team calls, verifies, packages. If they say, yes, I want that, takes it to the house, collects that cash, and that cash 3 days later is paid to the member. So there is no need for merchants, and the traffic is dirt cheap. Why? Because you're not trying to get a credit card conversion. It's only a lead.
So basically, you, like, a summary of what you have right now is that you basically created a software to solve people's problems in e-commerce, and also introduce cash on delivery, which I believe a lot of people will get into from now on. Yeah. Right? A lot of people will start getting into that. So I think that's also one step ahead. And not only that, you also created an opportunity inside your software, which allows people to stop worrying about all the problems that they typically have in the business model. And so you converted your software also into an opportunity for people to crush it. So you're also leveraging that. I think that's super, super smart. Super smart.
Yeah.
And eliminate, think about this. Someone is starting the internet, right? They're like, automatically they have to deal with, merchant. What is a merchant? What is a chargeback? The client is bitching at you because the product didn't arrive. The tracking number. So this newbie is like, what? What do I have to do? I eliminated all that because money handles all that. All you do is you get a lead, and if that lead converts, you get paid. The end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mm-hmm. That's amazing. That's amazing. So it's like so interesting how you created, a system based on how you started out, kind of doing CPA, but you turn it out into, you flipped the tortilla basically, and now you made it kind of a business opportunity that it's basically an asset that it's willing to be sold in a mid to long range, right? So it's really interesting how you can build opportunities, tying it up to basically the experience that you were able to learn throughout the years of just just staying consistent to your dreams, to your vision. And even if you failed, you didn't think about that. You kept 3, 4, 5 moves ahead, and you basically kept going. So it's really interesting and inspiring for everyone who's listening to basically just keep going, because it doesn't matter if you fail once. You can turn something into a huge opportunity like the one you're creating. So I really congratulate you, man. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, same here.
Remember, money are problems in disguise. That's where money is. Okay, but do you think I would have been able to build this if I did not pay the price to do CPA marketing and find all the problems in CPA marketing? If I did not go into drop shipping and find all the problems in drop shipping? You see, if I didn't go and pay the price, I would have not known all the problems.
Yeah.
Right? And now I created a solution.
Guys, quick pause. If you're finding this episode valuable, be sure to go to tropicalgangsterscall.com to schedule a call with us to see how we can help you out. Tell us what you're struggling with, what you want to achieve, and we'll create a personalized game plan for you. So go to tropicalgangsterscall.com and hope you keep enjoying the episode.
Where what is the problem with affiliate marketing is that basically you don't get to tap into the back end of the offer, right? You cannot modify the offer however you want. They give you an offer and that's what you sell. With my thing, I fix it because I allow people to basically change the funnel, change the upsell, increase the AOV. You see, full flexibility, right? And then on drop shipping, people were like, oh, I have to get the product, get the tracking number, and the product takes too long. I solve all the problem, right? I solve all the logistics problem and basically combine both, and we pay the members every week. We pay the members, and they don't have to deal with merchants. And if they want to sell their own thing, because at the end, guys, the real money is when you're unique, right? The real money is when you're unique. If they want to sell their own thing in our platform, we create all the logistics for them to be able to do that as well. So
Also, I know that you have tried and done like a lot of business models in the past, but let's say that for someone that is just starting out and maybe on a budget, what is like the number one business model or some ideas that you would recommend to them, like to start like online?
well, obviously, I'm going to be biased because I built this system, right? If I didn't build this system, I think paid media is a little hard to start for a newbie. I think they should learn more like organic ways to maybe have some sell things, create videos. I don't know. I think I built the solution for the beginner because it's cheap traffic. You can throw in a Snapchat ads. We give you the videos. You start having some leads, and then you start getting excited. So I would say that cash on delivery with cheaper traffic countries, because in the United States you're gonna get killed. A newbie. I'm just trying to be negative, but I'm just telling you based on what I've seen with data on my software, right? I don't know. I think a newbie, how did I learn? I mean, I learned to sell. I think that's one of the things that I would like my kids to learn. I learned to solve problems. I learned to sell, and that's what saved me. That's what kept me alive.
And I think it's not so much about the business model, because if you think about it, like when you learn to sell, you can sell affiliate products, you can sell e-com. And I remember like when I first started, when I first started in the same company that you were in, right, in Mob, I learned to sell because I was like, I started DMing people and then I got them on a call and then like one thing led to the other, and so it's not so much about if e-com is better or is like the magic secret is affiliate. It's like what you said, the fundamentals that you can apply to your sales copy, to your ads, to any business model and crush it everywhere.
Yeah, like to understand the process behind the business.
And I started the same way as you, Sebastian. You know, I was basically reaching out to people and trying to sell them an idea. You know, and think about all those billionaires. They didn't have money, but they were able to sell an idea to an investor, right? So at the end, have a good product and learn how to sell. Because without sales, it's very hard to make it in the internet. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to sell.
But is that a lot of people just want like the like
magic
hide,
pill.
no, like hide in the basement, push a button, and never learn how to sell? Like I think it's so important to learn how to sell. Like
It's very important to learn how to sell and then learn marketing and then learn a little bit about persuading. I think it's extremely important. I would have not made it if I would have hide in a basement. To be honest, I don't think I would have made it.
Yeah.
I really think that, you know, like just going out there and shaking hands and really meet like real people and just making like shit happen. Like you really just have to go and get it. It's not about, you know, like people who are just, you know, into just like standing behind their computer and just like working 12, 14 hours a day without really having a purpose of doing it, right? It's just like also the possibility of going out there, you know, looking for mentors, looking for connections, networking, going to events, even joining masterminds, because basically, you know, that's how, you know, I got to know you, got to know Sebastian, and, you know, that now look where we are. It's just like seeking for those opportunities. Locked up in a basement will make you millionaire. Like it's really hard. It's not that it won't, but, you know, you really just have to, you know, follow the path that everyone is doing, which is basically just building yourself up through experience and having vision through what you want to achieve throughout the years, right?
Exactly, because at the end you don't know what you're really going to enjoy. So you have to basically put yourself out there with winners, right? And where do you find usually winners? People that invest in themselves, right? If you go to those groups, the MLM groups, that everything is free, everything is pitching, what do you really get there? Nothing. Okay, but when we were in that group of, let's say, Move, even though Move might be an unethical company, but all those people invested a lot of money and we made good people there. Exactly. Rafael, my partner, I met him in Move. You see, so like I said, is where people invest money, you're gonna find your best partners. You're gonna find the best people, and at events, obviously, you're gonna find the amazing people. So it's always trying to get to those people, and you know, until you find that thing that then you want to become the best of the best in the world. But in the beginning, you have to get curious. You have to meet people. You have to get to know people that are making stuff happen and become their friends. Send them find out a strategy that works really well. Is find out if they like, maybe they like soccer, a specific team. Send them a popcorn with that team. If it doesn't cost you much, but things like that would allow you to keep that relationship with the big players until you find the thing, and after you find the thing, just explode, go all in, you know, and stop getting distracted with other things, because focus is everything in success. Focus.
Yeah, now these days that there's like a new opportunity everywhere you go.
Yeah, every 2 days you see someone posting a screenshot or doing just like something that, you know, it's kind of in business. It's also kind of, like with like what happens with books. Like someone writes a book about their experience, but it not necessarily will be tied to somebody else's success, but it's kind of a storytelling about something that happened that can, inspire you or start, sparking or giving you ideas that will, make you commit to take a risk and then going after it. At least that's kind of what happened to me. I started kind of what you said, Gianni, just like learning from people like millionaires, like learning books, like self-development and all this stuff. And until then, I was able to start getting newer thoughts, newer ideas, and getting inspired on different ways that I was able to, just generate income. And the same thing that happened to you, my job sucked. Like I hated it. And until I started making money, until I make my first dollar online, I really noticed that, like, oh my God, like I've been wasting so many years of my life just like being stuck in an office, and now it's so convenient of being able to be able to generate money even while you're asleep. So that's right there, leverage, and something that people should start looking for in order to get not the exact same results, but the exact same opportunities. That's where basically you're gonna grow from them, right?
Yeah, and something that we were talking like in the past episode or in one of the episodes is like the importance of contacts, and Gianni was talking about that is like almost impossible like to scale your business if you have no contacts, because at the beginning I think that a lot of people, they think that they can do everything just like staying behind the computer, just like to stay in the house. But the truth is that if you have no contacts or no connections, it is really, I mean, not impossible, but it's really hard like to scale your business, because like a simple contact can make like the whole difference in your business.
Yeah, totally. For sure. I wanted to ask you something a bit different topic. How much are you diversifying your traffic sources? I mean, are you mainly focusing on Facebook still, or are you dividing 30% Facebook, or I just wanted to talk a little bit about it, because I've seen so many people get killed on Facebook lately. I just was curious.
So Facebook for us is very profitable. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google text ads. But something that we're starting to do right now is build these relationships with people that have massive lists and followings, and that's something that we're starting to implement now that we have the infrastructure to take it to the next level. I don't want to rely everything on Facebook, especially when everybody's getting shut down or account disabled for no reason or whatever. I don't want, especially when I have children to feed, right? So that's why we built a team right now that builds relationships with people that have a massive list, and we pay them a good amount of money and create deals and webinars and stuff like that. And then basically that's the other source of strategy that we're implementing right now to grow.
That's nice. Yeah, it's like I mean, you're leveraging other people's lists, which is like email marketing. Do you do a lot of email marketing with your own list?
To be quite honest, not really much. Not really much. We could do much better. We're trying to do a webinar a week, and then we send emails, and then we basically bring them to the webinar. What I do a lot is the Facebook group, because when you join my software, you have to be in the Facebook group for support. And then in my Facebook group, I do live videos every single day. But that's kind of like my email marketing that I do.
Yeah, it's like another email list.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, man, that's pretty crazy. So, what else, guys? I don't know if you have another question for Coach Giani.
Something that I wanted to share is not a question, but something that we always speak about you here in the house is like, it's crazy how a lot of guys that are making on the internet on some way had a relationship with you, like being part of your mastermind or met you in the past or something like that. So that's something very, very, very positive, because I mean, you making the decision to make it allowed a lot of people to make it, and it's like a wave of success. So that's something that can be done and can happen to anyone, and I think that's very, very, very inspiring.
Yeah, 100%. Like the platform you built, like really helped a lot of people, and like it allowed me to meet Sebastian, and it's kind of part of the the chain event that it allowed us to, connect with a bunch of people. But definitely, it's really, inspiring that through your platform, we were able to meet, lots of people, getting to know you, and of course, start building our dreams of, not depending on a job and being only dependent on what we really wanted to do on how to make money online.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I tell people, become a mentor, give back, because, at the same time, you're going to get a lot of haters because they're going to be like, all you care is about money. But you know what? All you're waiting is for that guy, that Sebastian, that guy that actually explodes and actually, start helping a lot of other people. Your goal is to find that one person that you inspire, and it's actually you're gonna change your life. You're gonna have haters, you're gonna have people that basically think that all you care is about money. But at the end, think about this: someone helped us to become successful at some point, right? So it's our duty to give back in some form or shape or form.
Yeah. It's also very hard to help everyone because people need to be able to help themselves. They need to have the desire to improve their life. Yeah. So it's not like, you could have the best software in the world, but if this person is not prepared to implement anything, that it's like
or they don't take action.
Yeah, so it's like
mindset.
Yeah. So they also have to be prepared. And also something that I learned is that it's not like evil to sell stuff or information. Like a lot of people think like selling trainings and programs these days is like unethical or evil, or that they want to take your money and that's it. And well, there's a lot of crap. There's also a lot of people that actually want to deliver content like you. So I think people should do it. Like if they start seeing some sort of success, they should just share it, even if it's $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
If you haven't sold me that your coaching, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, you would be in college.
Yeah, for my.
But it's also what you're creating is an opportunity for people to have relationships, Yeah. And when you create a coaching program, you create a group, people start becoming friends, and then they make their own deals. And that's because you have the courage to actually do something that most people are selfish and they don't want to do, or they're afraid of what other people are going to think. People are going to criticize you no matter what, even if you do good or bad. Yeah. Okay? So at the end, I just keep doing what I do best. I make mistakes. I have made many mistakes, especially because I always try to play really big, and sometimes I make decisions too fast, and I make mistakes. But at the same time, your goal is to always improve, always get better, and create. You like Sebastian said, you cannot help everyone, but you know what? I created enough amazing training inside my group that if someone wants to learn, I put him in the group. Okay, watch the videos, man. Watch the videos. The trainings are there. Go learn. So, and I see that Sebastian, you do that a lot too. You create amazing free trainings. And people benefit from it. Some people invest further education. Some people just don't want to do it. It's fine. At least you did the goodwill, right?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so tell us, where can people learn more about Product List Giani? What link?
Funnelgenie.com.
Funnelgenie.com. Go to funnelgenie.com.
So basically what we built, like I said, we started as a Product List Giani as a research tool for e-commerce, and then we built our own click funnels inside Product List Giani, basically, right? But that software has become like the hub to start cash on delivery in untapped countries, basically, so people can actually use the software and start earning their first dollars in the internet, basically.
Nice.
Okay. Awesome.
Nice.
That's really nice, man.
Yeah, man. Lots of value today.
Yeah.
And even though we talked, in the past for, cash on delivery, it really just, says that, a lot of people are going through this route. So for those who are watching, this is a really good option for you guys who are starting out. At the end of the day, like you mentioned, Giani, it's all about, like giving value, even though you're going to have haters. The best things that you can do in life are with the best intentions. So that's what, we're actually trying to do in this podcast, even though, people might hate, blame, and complain. The main intention of this has been honestly take massive imperfect action, provide value content, and just bring badass guests like you. And we're just really happy and humble to have you here. So we're really, really happy to be able to have you from Florida straight to Costa Rica, buddy.
And the last thought is remember that you will have people that appreciate you and people that hate you, but it doesn't matter. At the end, just keep improving every day. Every day, show up and be around the best people that actually want to win. And that's it, guys. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you for creating this podcast. I think a lot of people need to hear this, need to hear motivation, need to hear the new tactics, and thank you for doing that.
Thanks to you.
Problem, man.
Awesome.
Well, thanks so much for
Thank you
being
so
here.
much.
Appreciate your time, man. We'll tag you when we post this and send you a link or something.
100%. And best of luck with Funnelist Giani, brother.
Sign me up.
God bless, guys.
Take my
Awesome.
money.
Thank you
Take
so
my,
much, man.
take my money.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much, Coach Giani. So thank you so much, guys. Awesome
Boom.
event. So let's talk later, man. It's been amazing. So
Yeah.
amazing podcast.
Yeah, actually was more. I mean, I always expect like to have a lot of value from every podcast that we make, but this one was on fire.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I really like the opportunity inside the software.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
And
good
remember-
strategy.
Create solutions that solve people problems, and you will always get paid handsomely for it.
Hands.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach Giani.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
everyone.
Thanks so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace.
Strong like a tree.
Yeah. All right, guys. If you found this episode valuable, be sure to go to tropicalgangsterscall.com to schedule a call with the Tropical Gangsters and see how we can help you out. Tell us which business model you're in, what you're struggling with, and we'll see how we can help you out with a personalized game plan for your business. tropicalgangsterscall.com. Hope to talk to you soon. Peace.
Peace. Boom.